Act 1. So, beyond being a virgin in the game, you know, especially when I was still at high school, when I heard that this thing was profession was deemed of guiding, professional guiding, and professional hunting was for academic failures, I got turned off in a way because I thought if I did this or if I switched career paths because I wanted to be a programmer, but also too dumb for that, that if I decided to go this career path, you know, I'll be admitting what I couldn't admit that, sometimes I'm bad at school. I'm really dumb. So it was like, you know, it was sort of like running away from the truth in a way. So yeah. So beyond that, the only attraction I got so far was the money because I realized that tourism industry, forex, wow, 400 US, yeah, I'll make a lot of money. No O levels, sweet. Get in, get out. Well, there's still a chance, but I didn't anticipate me um, getting attracted to this thing. I didn't anticipate me getting similar to quote unquote turned on by this thing and getting a boner every time. You know what? I imagine myself being away from home because that's another thing. I really wanted to get away from home because being at home sucks because I've been at home for almost 3 years and I got just fed up and said, fuck it, man. I need to go out and explore. I can't be stuck at home. My friends, another thing, I was also jealous of my friends. My friends are going out there and having fun in university. Some are having jobs, and I'm here stuck at home pretending that everything is fine when it's not, and it messes with your fucking mind. So, you know what? One of the reasons, again, this guy I found who was so cool, and his name is Bexlov, and he created almost the first successful black camp in Zimbabwe, and he's cool. If you really like in the pictures there, you see with this kid playing sort of, I think it should be footy, or then you see him out and about in town with his friends, and you see um, his camps and his houses, especially in Botswana. This guy's got swagger, he's got drip, he's in a predominantly white dominated industry, but he's got that swagger about him, that thing. You can't be black and bougie and privileged, you just have to have that swagger about you. And yeah, that exercise changed my mind and I realized no, actually the tourism industry does help communities. The hunts we do, the 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 service we provide to foreigners, to clients, actually does contribute. The tourism dollars does contribute to the system. It might not be much, but it does contribute to the communities. And yeah, that's why I fell in love with LPH, Learner Professional Hunter's License. So yeah, and so let me explain what LPH is. LPH, as you've heard, stands for Learner Professional Hunter's License. And there's an LPG, which is Learner Professional Guiding License. So to do LPH, step 1, you have to be 18 years old. Step 2, you have to be a resident of Zimbabwe. And step 3, you have to have a basic first aid certificate. You have to have these 3 things. And lastly, the spoken one, you should not have a criminal record because you're kind of going to be endangering. You're an endangerment to society, first of all. That's a given why you're not supposed to have a gun. And we can't trust you. I mean, if you've got a criminal record, we can't really trust you to go in a secluded area with girls or guys and without supervision because you're a professional guide and hunter if you pass the LPH. So you see the dangers. So yeah, that's just it. So yeah, that's about it, guys. Uh, why I joined. So yeah. So let's talk about the mistakes I made. The mistakes I made. So as you can see in the screenshot here, this was my overreaction to getting rejected by many companies. And this was my mentor's, my at the time's response. And I get his point of view. I really do. Looking back, I realize, not. I probably acted immaturely. But to be honest with you, like, this was a natural emotion I felt, and I was pissed off that I saw people with farms and connections getting in, especially if you went to Falcon or Peterhouse, because the very people who are teaching you in those schools, this course at Form 3, are the ones who will be marking our papers when we're writing exams. See how fucked up that is? I'm not saying there's corruption, but I'm saying you have an easy advantage of getting a job. Even if you email, you have a higher chance of getting it. Maybe it might be elements of systematic racism in a way within the thing. Who knows? I really I really don't want to make it political, but this is what happened. And God and behold, my father lost his shit when he saw this. And yeah, I never spoke to my mentor again. Hopefully I meet him and I apologize. I get his point of view, because as a guy who's getting in, I I think he's protecting his self-interest, because should my chat been leaked, and he should and should it have been known that he's linked with me, he was going to get in trouble and he was going to be blacklisted. So I understand his point of view, because he's had 20 years and you can't let one guy come and fuck up his chances. Even though he's mates with his dad, he cannot risk that, and I understand it. I really do understand it. Act 3.